In manufacturing and design, a mock-up, or mock-up, is a scale or full-size model of a design or device, used for teaching, demonstration, design evaluation, promotion, and other purposes. A mock-up is a prototype if it provides at least part of the functionality of a system and enables testing of a design. Mock-ups are used by designers mainly to acquire feedback from users. Mock-ups address the idea captured in a popular engineering one-liner: "You can fix it now on the drafting board with an eraser, or you can fix it later on the construction site with a sledgehammer." Applications. Mock-ups are used as design tools virtually everywhere a new product is designed. A few specific examples of the following. Automotive devices. Mock-ups are used in the automotive device industry as part of the product development process, where dimensions, overall impression, and shapes are tested in a wind tunnel experiment. They can also be used to test consumer reaction. Systems engineering. Mock-ups, wireframes and prototypes are not so cleanly distinguished in software and systems engineering, where mock-ups are a way of designing user interfaces on paper or in computer images. A software mock-up will thus look like the real thing, but will not do useful work beyond what the user sees. A software prototype, on the other hand, will look and work just like the real thing. In many cases it is best to design a prototype, the user interface, before source code is written or hardware is built, to avoid having to go back and make expensive changes. Early layouts of a worldwide website or pages are often called mock-ups. A large selection of proprietary or open-source software tools are available for this purpose. Military acquisition. Mock-ups are an integral part of the military acquisition process. Mock-ups are often used to test human factors and aerodynamics. For example, in this context, mock-ups include wireframe models. They can also be used for public display and demonstration purposes prior to the development of a prototype, as with the case of the Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II mock-up aircraft. Consumer goods. Mock-ups are used in the consumer goods industry as part of the product development process, where dimensions, human factors, overall impression, and commercial art are tested in marketing research. Furniture and cabinetry. Mock-ups are commonly required by designers, architects, and end users for custom furniture and cabinetry. The intention is often to produce a full-sized replica, using inexpensive materials in order to verify a design. Mock-ups are often used to determine the proportions of the piece, relating to various dimensions of the piece itself, or to fit the piece into a specific space or room. The ability to see how the design of the piece relates to the rest of the space is also an important factor in determining size and design. When designing a functional piece of furniture, such as a desk or table, mock-ups can be used to test whether they suit typical human shapes and sizes. Designs that fail to consider these issues may not be practical to use. Mock-ups can also be used to test color, finish, and design details which cannot be visualized from the initial drawings and sketches. Mock-ups used for this purpose can be on a reduced scale. The cost of making mock-ups is often more than repaid by the savings made by avoiding going into production with a design which needs improvement. Software engineering. The most common use of mock-ups in software development is to create user interfaces that show the end user what the software will look like without having to build the software or the underlying functionality. Software UI mock-ups can range from very simple hand-drawn screen layouts, through realistic bitmaps, to semi-functional user interfaces developed in a software development tool. Mock-ups are often used to create unit tests, but they are usually called mock objects. The main reasons to create such mock-ups is to be able to test one part of a software system without having to use dependent modules. The function of these dependencies is then faked using mock objects. This is especially important if the functions that are simulated like this are difficult to obtain, or if the result is non-deterministic, such as the readout of a sensor. Mock-up software can also be used for micro-level evaluation, for example to check a single function, and derive results from the tests to enhance the product's power and usability on the whole. Architecture. At the beginning of a project's construction, architects will often direct contractors to provide material mock-ups for review. These allow the design team to review material and color selections, and make modifications before product orders are placed. Architectural mock-ups can also be used for performance testing and help inform the subcontractors how details are to be installed.